What's up, loungers? I hope everybody is doing as great as I am this evening or this afternoon. Listen, guys, I wanted to go live and definitely talk about and go over some of the points of Brown Sugar Baby's show. It was a great show. Definitely had a great time on the show, and the conversation with P, and listening in on the conversation between him, Nikki, and Brown Sugar, and so forth. And then, it kind of went left when Shakim hit that panel and kind of started windmilling for Kip. Okay. So I definitely want to talk about that and just kind of break down some of the stuff that Shakim was saying. I am still working on a video that I want to do in regards to Shakim and how, he has kind of been a mouthpiece for anti Afro for at least the past year or so, maybe 6 months to a year. And, I definitely want to go over that, but I'm still gathering a lot of that information. So bear with me while I pull that information together. I wasn't feeling too well yesterday. So I just didn't have the time to, go over all that and bring all that to the sector's attention. But I am working on that. I do have a few pieces that I want to share. And just, I haven't decided whether I'm going to do it live or whether I'm just going to put it in a video format. But either way, there has been quite a bit of that going on with Shakim, and I wanted the sector to know, right, and to be able to see that. But today, I don't really want to talk about that. I really want to break down a lot of the stuff that I feel that Shakim was saying on today's video, what I feel it all means, and we're going to go over it. Okay, you guys can certainly sound off about it regarding the situation in the chat, but we are definitely going to get into this today because I'm just kind of sick of this dude. Okay. Like at this point, I'm just over this nigga. Okay. And it's just ridiculous. And, like I said, this is kind of a time of exposure and the various things in regards to people that are coming out regarding people are just coming front and center. Okay. And this right here is going to be, this right here is just absolutely ridiculous how this dude is being exposed. Okay. Not only just Kip, but Shakim as well, okay, and their behavior and how repulsive their behavior has been. I'm not afraid to speak on it. I don't care how many times this boy wants to go live, wants to put me on a thumbnail, wants to talk about my son, all of that stuff. All of that all it does is make him look like he's weak, okay, and that's just what it is. He cannot take constructive criticism. He can't take it when somebody tells him the truth about himself, and he goes to the lowest of the lows of talking about your kids and all this other stuff when he just can't take the truth. So it is what it is. It's the same old talking points, the same old bullshit. What we're going to talk about today? T Pre's kink list. T Pre argues with breaking the culture. T Pre's son. That's the only thing he can talk about. Okay, so it is what it is. But either way, shout out to Vita V because she most definitely captured the moments, that were the juiciest of the show. And we're going to go over those things today. So make sure y'all sit back and relax. I did take the day off today so I could also relax today, and just kind of keep my system together, so that I'm not out here all sickly and crazy and everything else. But y'all hit the like button on the way in. I do appreciate y'all being in the building. We're going to play probably a 5-minute timer, and then we're going to get right into it. I don't even know if it'll be that long. I think I'm going to do a 2-minute timer, and then we're going to get right into the show. What's up, Hoodie? I definitely appreciate you being in the building. I do want to mention some things to you also during the show, so I'll get back to you in just a second. Steph Collins, I appreciate you, sis, being in the building. You said, what it do, Miss T. Pre? Steph, you said, I missed all that. Yeah, child, it was a lot. And I'm going to go ahead and pull up these portions of the show. That way we can just kind of go over this stuff and discuss these things. Because, yeah, like I said, it's just amazing how, people's true colors come out, and that's just what's happening right now. What's up, Bestie? Definitely appreciate you being in the building. And shout out to you for kind of facilitating in the chat while you were, as you were. Definitely appreciate that. Redbone with the new money. I definitely appreciate you being in the building as well. Sexy toy lady. Definitely appreciate you being in the building. You said, dang, I've been asleep, so I done missed that live. It's cool. I'm going to go ahead and go over a lot of the stuff that we were talking about and just kind of break it all down. And just, we're going to get to the bottom of all this stuff because it's just absolutely nuts. Steph Collins, you said she said she was shutting it down. So I got my workout in. Okay. You said, sexy toy lady, your messy spirit didn't wake you. Okay, child. What's up, truth and consequences? You said, what's up, too big? You said, dude, life is sad as he shows it. Yeah, it really is, and it just is what it is at this point. Like I said, he's looking for a rise out of me. He's looking for me to be doing like we was doing last year, this windmilling back and forth and yelling and screaming and jumping up and down and making chronicle after chronicle after chronicle about motherfuckers. I ain't got time for that shit. This shows how weak this nigga is. Anytime he gets told about himself, he just can't take it to the point that he has to lash out like a fucking 5-year-old. So it's all good. We're going to go ahead and talk about this like adults today over here on this channel and, break all this down and talk about this. And I'd like to hear from the men in the sector. We did hear from Bombay on the channel. Shout out to Bombay. He got up on the panel with Brown Sugar. But I would like to hear from you guys as well and how y'all would handle these types of situations, right? How you would go about these kinds of things. So either way, guys, let's go ahead and get this timer going. And then we're going to get right into the show, guys. Okay, make sure y'all hit the like button on the way in. I do think I'm going to play the 5-minute timer. That way I can get the... make sure I have everything in a row. Let's go, guys. So before we get started, guys, I definitely wanted to talk about some of the things that I've been taking the past couple of days in order to help me with this little cold kerfuffle that I've been having. So one of them is elderberry. Okay, I have some elderberry gummies that I usually keep around, just especially when the winter time is about to hit. I definitely keep my vitamins up. Okay, so elderberry is one of those things. Also, I've been taking echinacea and golden seal root. Okay, so I've been taking both of those. I have those two in one actual pill, and so I've been taking those. And then I also have been taking vitamin D3s. Okay, so anytime that you guys are, kind of get that little icky feeling, something's coming on, you don't really know what it is before it gets full fledged. Try to be taking those types of vitamins, and start taking those kinds of things. And I guarantee you, it will shorten the amount of time that you're spending sick and in bed and not feeling well and so forth and so on. Okay, and that's coming from somebody that actually has lupus. So, I happen to take vitamins quite often anyway, but that elderberry really, really helps. And the engineer and I never could say it right. Echinacea and golden seal. Those are all, they all work complete wonders when it comes to keeping yourself well, or if you do happen to catch a cold, it will definitely shorten the time that you're experiencing that cold. Okay, so I just wanted to put that information out there, and shout out to everybody who is in the building. Let's go over the rest of the comments real quick, and then we're going to go ahead and start up with what was going on over there on Vita V's. You said my life is sad too, but I don't antagonize people too big. It's not a good excuse. It really is not, right? Not when you're constantly antagonizing somebody, constantly coming for somebody, constantly wanting to fight, right? And then when they fight back, you act like you're the victim. You act like you're the problem, or they're the problem, and this kind of stuff. And I'm just so sick and tired of that shit with him that I just refuse to keep going back and forth and getting myself all worked up and all upset and everything over this dumb nigga, what he has to say. But yeah, that's just kind of how he is. So, it is just is what it is. Sexy toy lady, you says, hell no, that trifling hoe, but I'm up now. Okay. You said, cheer up, Steph. Yeah, child. You said, too big, I'm clowning, I'm okay. You said, hey, my opinion, definitely appreciate you being in the building. You said, T, system, my honey buddies. Hello, darlings. Appreciate you. You said, hey to my opinion. What's happening, Brixton? Definitely appreciate you being in the building. Riz Lyricist, appreciate you, Godson, for being in the building. Thank you, though, too big. I meant to say that earlier. Forgive my trailer park manners. I'm working on it, okay? Carla Martin, what's happening, sis? Definitely appreciate you being in the building today. You said, hey to Miss T. Pre and Loungers. Steph Collins, you said, hey there, Carla Martin. You said, hello, Teresa. And you said, hey to Carla. You said, oh, yeah, elderberry is a good one. Yes, definitely. Definitely good. I definitely, and drink plenty of fluids, too. Hold on one second, guys, while I drink some fluids. Drink plenty of fluids too. Orange juice, if you can tolerate it, has a lot of vitamin C, antioxidants in it, and so forth. So if you can drink some orange juice, that would be really good. You get some lemonade, anything along those lines. Yeah, definitely try to get a hold of that, and drink some water too. There's nothing wrong with some good old water. I love my water, so that's what I'm drinking on right now. And I do have some orange juice on the side as well, because I can't really tolerate a lot of orange juice. Like, I can eat a lot of oranges, but to just sit and drink a whole bunch of orange juice, it's just not going to happen for me. But yeah. Hey, Outlaw, definitely appreciate you being in the building. You said, get yourself a whole food vitamin C, amla, acelera, cherry, camu. Stay away from absorbic acid. Can be from GMO corn. Okay, definitely sounds good. You said echinacea. Echinacea is how it's pronounced. Okay, echinacea is what I'll be saying, but it's echinacea. Okay, thank you. Appreciate that. Yes, zinc is also very good. I actually have some, my elderberries have zinc in them. So yeah, the elderberry gummies, they have some zinc in them as well. So Yes, zinc is really good for the body. It's also good for these kinds of this viral shit that's going on. There's a lot of people that's getting sick, but this is that kind of year, that time of the year. So most definitely get yourself, stock up on your vitamins and make sure you have some of that stuff. I also have some colloidal silver. I haven't taken none in probably a couple of months, but I do have some. I guess I should drop some of that in my water or something today, but we'll see what's going on. But either way, guys, yeah, you said do some exercises to heat up your body as it cools down. It'll secrete all the phlegm buildup. Good idea. Very good idea. And I haven't been on the treadmill in the past couple of days, so perhaps I'll do that this evening. But shout out to you for that. You said the most natural way I know. Yeah, a lot of us, all we know is to kind of sweat it out, right? I remember back in the day, my mom used to talk about hot toddies and that you would drink the tea with the little bit of liquor in it, and you drink that, and then you kind of cover yourself up and just kind of sweat that out, right? And that worked back in the day. So it might be something that I just don't like hot toddies like that. So you said, hey, beautiful Bernice, definitely appreciate you being in the building. And you said, Stephanie and Risley, you said garlic water, but not too much. It'll thin the blood. Yeah, I have some garlic pills. I know that's good for the heart. So I do have garlic pills, but I don't really take them like that. Plus, they kind of make your breath smell. So I don't really fool with them too much, but I do have some. And what's up? What's happening, brother of a certain age? Good afternoon. All you said there was a study of a while ago that showed chicken soup really does help with viral respiratory type things. Miso soup does too. Yeah, I had made some homemade chicken soup yesterday. I had just the chicken. I had some broth in there. I had a little bit of bone in it. I added some cabbage some cabbage leaves to it. I also added carrots, some celery, and some onion to it, and it tasted pretty good. But it was definitely some healing agents in there. It's something in the broth itself. I really don't know what it is, but it's something about the chicken broth that really is healing to the body. So, but shout out to you for that. You said it's not just a folk tale. Yeah, it definitely is not. That's something I've used for years, even with my kids. Any time that they've ever gotten sick, that would be the first go-to is to immediately make some homemade chicken soup. My grandma used to do that for us when we were kids. She would make us homemade soup and bring it to us and stuff. And she always brought us Sunny Delight, right? I don't know I don't know why, right? I really don't know why. I guess she thought all kids like Sunny Delights or something, but I used to hate that juice. And to this day, I can't stand that shit. I will not drink no Sunny Delight to save my life. Okay, that's it. If it's Sunny Delight or else, I'm just taking else, I guess. I don't know, because I ain't fucking with that shit. But yeah, girl, definitely a thing. Rizzy, you said at the breath part. Right. It does make your breath stink. It definitely do. All right, guys. So anyway, let's go ahead and get into this topic of when Shakim first hit the panel. Now, before he hit the panel, it was, P and Nikki were up there talking, and they kind of put their differences to the side. P also had apologized to me, but at the time I was over there with The Godfather, because The Godfather was live, and he was talking about some very interesting things as well. One of the things that he talked about, which can come into play with Hoodie right now, shout out to Hoodie, but one of the things that he talked about was just not really wanting to talk about people that aren't on his level anymore, right? He's just kind of tired of talking about this whole story with Kip and Shakim and all this other stuff, because it's kind of keeping them relevant, right? And I agree with him. I'm sick of these same storylines. We need some new beefs. We need some new storylines around here, right? So I even thought about it myself. I was thinking about it real heavy last night. And, I had a couple conversations, but after those conversations, I was really thinking about it really, really heavy last night. And it's been heavy in my spirit all day. I really don't have any interest in that debate, okay, for a couple of reasons. Number one, there have been so many different narratives that have been painted since I first said that I would do the debate, okay? All types of narratives from, you name it. Okay. It's just all kinds of stuff. I'm trying to rig it in my way. I'm trying to do this. Y'all, some of y'all know how to literally suck the life out of anything that is fun. Okay. And I'm just not interested at this point. Like at this point, $500 really ain't that deep. You know what I'm saying? I would rather somebody else, go ahead who agrees that there is a receipt, if they want to do it, and if the Godfather still wants to pay for that, to go ahead and go in with that. But at this point, I'm really not a person that likes to debate anyway. And I was only going to do it just for the fun of it, but it's no longer fun. Not when I'm being accused of being on payrolls and accused of trying to, rig this and rig that. Listen, to just get rid of all of that, I'm just not doing it at all. Like I would just rather not do it. I am very confident in what I know about that receipt. However, when it comes to, this whole thing, the idea of what Hoodie had and what I believe his vision is for it to be fun, something that the sector can enjoy, right? Something that the sector can look back upon and feel proud of, okay? And I feel him on that. And I don't feel like it's that when it comes to me and this debate, and when it comes to Shakim and this debate. I don't feel like it's that. I feel like it's, a whole bunch of politics and a whole bunch of stuff. And, when I come here to YouTube, especially to this channel, I come to have fun. I come to have a good time. I come to bust it up. I come to fall back, and to chill. And I don't really want to get into, this whole thing anymore. And to be, people are going to have their narratives. They're going to say the stuff that they want to say. But at the end of the day, who wants to be put on, who wants to be put on a stake like that? You know what I mean? And just constantly, it's always something. Anytime you say something or anytime you do something, it's just always some great big thing. I'm just not interested, guys. Okay. So I hope that you guys, will find a replacement. And if you don't, that's fine too. But at the end of the day, I just don't really want to do it anymore. Like, I just don't. So I love you guys and everything else. But yeah, like I said, some people just know how to take the life out of anything, right? And it's just too much. So and hopefully you guys will enjoy yourselves and find somebody else. Or I know that there's other debates coming up, and I'm looking forward to those debates, right? But I'm just not going to be doing that. So it just is what it is. And I hope you understand. I think you would. So shout out to you. And you said, shout out to T Pre. What's up, Varied Perspectives? Definitely appreciate you being in the building. You said, shout out to the sector. You said, super facts. Okay. And you said, you understand. I'm glad that you do, because I'm not trying to rain on nobody's parade or nothing like that. But I'm not interested if it's got to be all that. You know what I mean? I got to keep proving this and keep proving that. And, next thing you know, if we did have the debate and it did have 3 independent judges, next thing you know, it would be some other story. That person's related to T Pre, or it would be something, and I would rather just play the background, guys. Really, I would rather just play the background. My grandbaby will be here in 7.5 weeks. Okay. And I'm so excited for her coming that, all this whole thing about fighting people and arguing with people and going back and forth. I lose my cool every now and then, but at the same time, I just don't have the energy I used to have for that. I really just don't. And I'm just so excited about the way my life is going, and the directions that my life is turned into, that I want to go with that, I can be messy. I can be in the background, laughy, kiki with everybody, and enjoy myself. But I just don't want the fuck shit. I really don't. I don't want to be part of the fuck shit. So either way, True, you said, Rick Triggs, you said, hold on, you said, True, you should only do it if you're going to enjoy yourself. Exactly. And I already feel that I'm not. You know what I mean? I feel like it's already just at that point. You know what I'm saying? I got people going live. Shout out to Stefan. That's my baby. He going live talking about it, telling already. You know what I mean? He don't even know the details, but he telling me what I'm going to do, and this is why, and all this. And it's like, what? Like, okay. You know what? He would be the beginning of a plethora of people just coming up with various narratives over this. And to avoid all that, I would rather just not even be part of it. You know what I mean? Y'all can go ahead and have at it. And that's real nigga shit. It's for real. You said, "Oh, I'm so happy for you. No negative vibes, Glam Mom." Exactly. I don't need the negativity, and I have to be the one to protect my own energy and protect my own peace with that, right? I have to be the one that doesn't engage, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. People are going to say what they want. They're going to talk their shit. This is why there's some things I choose not to look at, some things I choose not to listen to, right? And I only have control over that. But at the same time, I also don't have to put myself in harm's way. I don't have to put myself in the line of fire. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's just how I'm feeling. And I hope everybody understands that. If y'all don't, oh the fuck well, right? Brown Sugar Baby, I appreciate you, sis. We're going to go over a little bit of your show today. I'm actually about to pull it up now, and I'm going to just kind of break down what I got from the conversation with Shakim. You said, "Hello, T Pre and chat." You are right. Yeah, sometimes us women, we really have to protect our peace. Men too. We just have to protect our peace, and we can't just, we can't be a people pleaser. Everybody wants me to do this and want me to do that the way that they want me to do it, and this and this, and I'm not happy with it. So I'm just not interested in it. $500 really is, it's not that deep, right? It's nice. It would have been nice to have on the side, but it's not that deep, right? It's not like it's $10,000 or something on the line. Now, if it was that, that might have been different, right? But I might have did it if it was 10,000. Okay, I ain't gonna hold you, but shit, $500, like, come on, y'all. You said, "Hello, beautiful, the beautiful Bernice." Hey, P, the panel killer, definitely appreciate you being in the building. And again, I want to give you a really, really want to thank you. Okay, and yeah, I appreciate that. You said T-Pre Facebook posts have been removed. Thank you for that. I also did remove your videos as well. Okay, I think there's a couple of them that I might have left up, but a lot of times, even if I've beefed with people, I still have their videos up because that's watch time on my channel, right? But I get it. Like when it comes to your picture on the thumbnails and stuff like that, yeah, I took that down. Okay, because that was disrespectful, but we were kind of going back and forth at the time, and that's just what it is, but I appreciate you for being honest and saying how you feel. I appreciate you for your apology, and I know that wasn't easy to do, and but I thank you for it. I really thank you. You're I truly commend you for that. And it definitely takes an adult, to stand up, and when they know they're wrong, they can self-correct. I'm one of those people, right? So, I understand. But I appreciate you for that. Definitely appreciate you. I'm actually going to drop the link for you too, because I'd like you to come up so we can talk a little bit more if you have the time to come up and have a little bit of a conversation in regards to what may have been going on, because I'm going to speak a lot in regards to what was happening. Between what Shakim was saying. And I thought it was crazy how he was coming at you. And I just felt like it was completely over the top. I felt like, it was a stretch with a lot of things that he was saying. And those things were inappropriate. And but I want to hear you sound off on it, okay, if you'd like to. So I did drop the link for you if you'd like to come up. You said, "Hey to P." You said, "Hey, Stephanie." You said, "That reminds me of the theory in the T sector that I am AT2's light-skinned blood cousin." Right. Child, they be having all types of fucking narratives going on and stuff. And you just be looking at this stuff and, with you, Steph, you're not really a content creator. So it probably wouldn't bother you as much. But somebody that's a content creator that be trying to go live and talk about stuff, it's like, you get tired of swimming through all the narratives and trying to push back all this and tell that and run this. And, you just get sick of that shit. So I don't know, right? I'm just not interested. You said, "Just change the thumbnail and get your money." Oh, no, so it's cool. I just privated those two. There was 2 videos that I had up, and I just privated those 2. The other 2, they don't have your pictures or anything in them, so I don't think it's that big of a deal. And I wasn't really cussing you out in them 2 videos either. So it is what it is. You said, "Hey, the Brown Sugar Baby." Okay. So let's go ahead and get started with this. And we're going to play this in fair use. I definitely appreciate you guys. I know neither Vita or Brown Sugar would mind, but I am going to play this under fair use, which is a copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, which is the allowance made for fair use for the purposes of criticism, commentary, and all that good ish. Okay, let's go ahead and get into this right now. I'm not going to play the video part of it, but I'm going to play the audio. Okay, that way we can kind of listen in and see what was being said when Ra hit the panel today on Brown Sugar Baby Show. Let's go ahead and get into it, guys. And we're going to go ahead and stop and go along and just comment as we go along.
There's a lot of simple-minded ass Negroes in this sector, and a lot of people, all they need to do is tell a sob story and throw somebody under the bus, and they think that makes them, you know, not culpable for all the bullshit that they have done on their own free will. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't care what P is up here saying and niggas explaining to y'all about how, his arm is fucked up and Kip is the worst man in the world. That's bullshit. And P knows that that is bullshit. And that's not respectable to me because
Now, I was like really confused at this part of it, right? Because I'm like, how do you know what this man feels, right? How do you get to speak for how this man feels? How do you get to speak for how P feels in regards to Kid? Like, what are you talking about, right? But let's go ahead and let him go.
I can actually prove otherwise. But with all of that being said, I'm not even going to do all of that on your show. I just wanted to come up here and say, P, that was bullshit and you know it because a lot of those issues that you had with Nikki, you were the one making it an issue. You were the one asking Kip to speak on it publicly. Did you forget, nigga? Did you forget? Or is your memory fucked up? Like, what's going on? Because I'm hearing like three different personalities from one man. So no, I don't respect somebody that creates a channel and then throws everybody under the bus to try to take the heat off of themselves. I would have respected P way more if he would have never started a channel and if he would have just kept certain shit close to his chest.
Okay, so let's catch that. Let's break that down for a second, okay? Because what you said is you would have respected P more if he would have never started a channel, right? And he would have kept things close to his chest. Let's break that down. Because whose channel was P on before P started the channel? He was always on your channel, Shakim, right? He was always over there. When he came to his own channel and had his own audience and everybody was receptive to him, everybody was cool with it, the women, the men, everybody. Nobody had any issues with P. Everybody liked him. They were, giving him props. Even if he was getting on our nerves, we were still giving him props. We were sharing his show. We were liking him. We were subscribing. We were doing all that. Even with that, it sounded like you're being a hater. It sounds like you're saying you should have stayed with me, right? And kept things close to your chest. What does that mean? Does that mean y'all had, conversations behind the scenes? Y'all spoke on things behind the scenes in regards to people in the sector? And because he went to his own show and he began to give his own opinions about these things, and it wasn't going with your agenda, this is why you had an issue with him? Because what you were saying is that you didn't have any issues. Just yesterday, you were saying you didn't have any issues with P starting his own show. You didn't have any problems with it. But today, now you're saying, I would have respected you more if you hadn't started your own channel and kept things close to your chest, right? Like kept all your secrets, basically. Kept all your bullshit secrets, basically. And stayed under your wing. That's what you wanted. You were mad when he started his own channel. This is exactly what P said to you. He said, ever since I started my channel in September, you stopped talking to me from the second show. From the second show that I had, you literally stopped taking my calls. That's what he said. Your excuse at first was, oh, well, my aunt passed away and I was grieving and all this stuff. And then he said, your aunt didn't die until the end of November, okay, or almost December. So what does that have to do with the time that you stopped talking, taking my calls, and so forth in September? And you just admitted it today. See, this is what happens with you, Shakim. You get emotional, you get all in your feelings, and then you start spilling the beans. You start telling, start talking, and you start opening up, and everything comes out. And I'm glad it did today. I'm glad it did today. But we're gonna go ahead and listen in. Let's let him continue.
That's what I would have respected, not what the fuck he's doing, pandering to the women, the same
Mm-hmm.
women he was just saying he didn't give a fuck about last week. The same women he said was a bunch of miserable old monkey bitches last week. He want to come up here and apologize today.
So you'd rather him continue to call us a bunch of old miserable monkey bitches. That's what you want. You would rather him be angry at the women and keep talking shit about the women, right? Because that's what you want to do, right? You want to talk shit about the women. You want to drag all the women all through the universe all day and all night, and you think these two men are supposed to be there with you doing it because they were there with you, right? CP was on that panel with you, and this is why, I had started to ask him the questions I did today, because I wanted to make that clear that anybody that was coming for P was coming for P because of you. It was me that said that, not P. It was me. I felt that way, okay? Because you were doing that. You were dragging Nikki, dragging Carrie, dragging me, dragging Mona, dragging Eyes for days, for weeks, for months at a time with these two men on your panel, okay? With them making very little commentary on it, but they still made commentary, okay? And, of course, anybody would think that they would have a problem with us too, right? P did go to his show, and there were days where he was dragging the women too, okay? So it definitely looked like y'all were kind of in cahoots with one another. This is from the outside looking in, okay? Turns out that really wasn't the case, okay? P had his own reasons for why he was going through certain things. And, he wanted to make it very clear that his feelings had nothing to do with you, okay? And you got mad at that. You are mad because this man apologized to us, which is the right thing to do. He apologized to us as a man and decided he's ready to move on. He is not going to keep staying in the same space and in the same place, miserably arguing, miserably dragging females, which as a man, he knows that is not a normal thing to do, right? Even Kip knows that's not a normal thing to do, okay? This is why Kip, you don't see him jumping up and down, dragging all the women all over the place, yelling and screaming and talking shit. And I know he'd be mad. I know he don't like the things that we all say. I know he especially don't like the things I've been recently saying, right? But you don't see him out here doing that because these two men that are older than you, they know that this is not normal, okay? To be running around yelling and screaming all day and all night and dragging a bunch of women. They know that's not normal. But you, sir, you think in your warped mind that your daddy, helped develop, with his abusive ass. You think in your warped mind that men are supposed to stick to some kind of code and they're supposed to stay in this position of disrespecting Black women. That is insane to me that you even think this way. It's absolutely nuts. But let's go ahead and keep going.
So I don't know what personality you gonna get from P, but I'm not fucking with somebody that is clearly gonna lie and clearly going to throw Kip under the bus for really no reason.
But,
And
but
that's just my thoughts on that. Go ahead.
but wait a minute. What did he lie about? Okay. Where's the lies? Because he didn't tell any lies. We all see the same, all of us are looking at the same picture. We're all looking at the same videos, right? We're all looking at the same movie screen. Okay. We can all see that Kip has been behind the scenes being extremely messy with everybody, from women to men, every fucking where, all across the sector. Okay. So where is P telling any lies? And then how do you get to speak for P on how he feels about Kip? And what does that have to do with you? Why are you always trying to be Kip's mouthpiece? Kip wasn't anywhere in this chat room. He wasn't anywhere on that panel, which is how it's been for the past few weeks. So I'm not understanding why you're trying to speak for this man. But let's go ahead and keep going. Let me look and see if make sure I'm not missing y'all comments first, and then we'll go ahead and go there. You said interesting. He said, I'm a little drained. I'm hungry. I'm going back to my music, taking people's advice and moving on. I wish Shakim the best. I absolutely agree with you on that. And shout out to you. And that's fine. You don't have, you don't have to come up. I was just, if you wanted to, you could certainly sound off because I was going to be talking about you. You said, interesting, right? You said, Steph Collins and to beautiful Bernice. You said, walking my dogs while listening. Hey, Divine 7, definitely appreciate you being in the building. You said, hey, Miss T. Pre in chat. You said greetings to Divine. You said thanks for watching. Please hit the like, share, and subscribe. Okay, guys, let's go ahead and keep going. That way we can finish this out because this shit is nuts. I just can't believe his mindset. But let's go ahead and keep going.
Go ahead.
But the thing about it, this is between them two. Y'all already made up.
Right.
So why are you making it about you? That's what I'm not understanding.
Because he's up here lying about the Nikki situation. Okay, so if you want to come up here
So
and lie,
why wouldn't Kip get that straightened out? Because something did happen.
Exactly.
Something happened there. And it's not coming. It just seems like a lot of stuff is being covered up that's behind the scenes.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not coming out.
There is no grand cover up. See, with P, like I said, I don't know what medication he been on. I don't know if he been drinking. But it ain't that serious, okay? He was the one that wanted Kip to speak up on my behalf when it came to the Nikki situation. Kip never wanted to speak on it, and I never asked Kip to do so.
I wonder why, Shakim. I wonder why Kip never wanted to open his mouth and speak on it. Is it possible because, number one, some of the information that was being fed to you was incorrect, right? Or could it be that Kip knows it is absolutely horrendous for a black man to be out here trying to tear down and drag a black woman? Do you think it had anything to do with that? Did you also think it might have had anything to do with Nikki ain't got no problem reaching down to her purse and reaching out to some of his folks in regards to this bullshit? Right? Did you think that? No? Okay. Let's go ahead and keep going.
So for you to come up here and then try to throw Kip under the bus, and then try to make peace with Nikki when you are the one that put pressure on Kip to speak on it in the first place, is ungodly and it's unthinkable.
What do you mean it's ungodly?
It does have something to do with.
Maybe he was asking him to speak on it since he was the one talking about it and egging this shit on behind the scenes. Do you think that's what it was? And he's like, well, speak on it. Open up your mouth about it. And Kip was like, no, I ain't getting in that. I'm going to let y'all do it, though. I'm going to let y'all talk about it, though. I'm going to let y'all jump out the window with it, though. Sounds about right. Sounds like it's pretty much in tune with what everybody is thinking about Kip right now.
With me because the situation was concerning me. So he made it seem like he wanted Kip to stick up for me. But now that he don't like Kip no more, he want to go over there and butter up to Nikki. Like, no, nigga, I'm not letting that shit slide.
But you were okay.
So you think that the reason why the reason why P apologized to Nikki and apologized to me is because he's not fucking with Kip? That's what you think? You don't think it has anything to do with integrity, with him being a man, with him saying, you know what, right is right and wrong is wrong. You know what, I'm turning over a new leaf. I'm trying to do things right in life. It don't have nothing to do with that. In your warped, weird-ass mind, you think this man is supposed to remain abusive and disrespectful to the women because this what makes you feel good. Huh? Do you hear yourself?
With him yesterday. That's what I'm not understanding. This is between Kip and him. Y'all two are cool. Fact. And he respects you with your relationship with him. This doesn't have anything to do with you.
No, I just told you how it does. Because all of these situations he's trying to blame me, right? And this, if you listen to the nigga talk, he been blaming me for months for the fact that nobody wants to fuck with him, the fact that none of the women like him, the fact that
Yes.
nobody wants to be on his channel.
Yes.
He been blaming me.
You know
And
why?
his association with me for that
I
shit.
haven't really heard him blame you. I have not heard him blame you. Maybe I missed that. But I'll tell you, if he is, I can tell you exactly why. Because you were dragging every single woman in the sector for months, Shakim, with these two men on your panel. This is why. And then when Pete made his own channel and started talking shit about some of the women, but the difference is he was coming for some men too, okay? When he started doing that, you know, a lot of us felt like he was doing that on behalf of you, even if he wasn't. And he, as a man with integrity, wants to clear that up and make it clear that that's not the case. And that's actually what he did. So what are you talking about? Like, again, you're making this about you and it's not about you.
Instead of taking accountability for coming online and filibustering, acting like a gangster, and then not being able to take the pushback that you get from doing such. Yes, so no, the nigga been throwing me under the bus.
It's called taking accountability, like you said. He took accountability. He came online and he apologized to the women for the disrespect that he gave to the women. What is wrong with that? But no, you have a problem with that because it's about apologizing and being kind to a black woman. You have a problem with that. You'd rather these men act like idiots and keep dragging the women all over the place so they can have the same miserable ass life as you. Let's go ahead and keep going now.
For months. I just been letting the nigga live because I really don't give a fuck.
But so if you today, I'm not letting it slide no more. Why are you changing it? That don't have nothing to do with you. I mean, you can come in and be in defense of what he's, you know, what he said about Kip, just stating your opinion. But when it all boils down, you don't have anything to do with that because you forgave him and he forgave you. So why all of a sudden, just because he came up here and said something about Kip, you mad with him? All that went out the window.
No, I just told you. Did you not hear what he just said?
Yes, we all heard what he said.
He was up here trying to say the reason he don't like all the women or all the women don't like him because of his association with me and his association with Smoke. So he's not just throwing the Sun God under the bus. He throwing Smoke under the bus, Kip under the bus, everybody and anybody who he can reach for, he's going to throw them under the bus.
But I forgave him, just like you had a right to forgive him.
Right.
Nikki forgave him, and she has a right to do that.
And so do I.
Everyone has a right to accept that apology, and I accept that from him. But I know a deep side and a outside of the sector side of P as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you just never know what you're gonna get. It just depends on
he gave
what
me
side of the bed he wakes up on
every day.
But how come
he gave me the same?
Shakim, how come you didn't feel that way yesterday when you made a video about him on behalf of P? You said something totally different yesterday. Yesterday it was all good and you were trying to stand up for him and everything else. Today, I want you to hear what sparked you today to feel different. Today, it's because he is a man of integrity that stands up and apologizes to the black women that he mistreated, okay? And then we decided all to forgive one another is what you're angry about with him today. You're angry at a man for having morals. You're angry at a man for having integrity. Do you hear yourself? You don't even hear yourself when you be going the fuck off, man. You really don't. You don't be hearing yourself. Let me go over y'all comments real quick just so I don't miss nothing. You said, I never did that. He said I was bad for business. Exactly. You said, hey to Carla Martin. You said, hey, beautiful Bernice. You said, he always don't give a fuck, but he's knee deep in it all. Exactly. I don't give a fuck, but you right in the middle of it. You the only one swinging for Kip. Literally swinging. And that man ain't nowhere to be found. I bet you he'll hit your panel, though.
same personality every day.
Well, not me. Like I said, that nigga got more than one personality. And just like he came up here and apologized to y'all, you don't think he been apologizing to Kip behind the scenes? And then he'll apologize to Kip and then turn around 2 months later and shit on him and then try to make him out to be, you know what I'm saying, the devil's spawn and shit.
Maybe he has a difference of opinion. Do you think that's okay? Do you think that adults, kind of analyze situations sometimes and they realize, you know what, that apology was, a little bit it was too early. Maybe I should have kept that to myself because this guy is now, I'm looking at him doing this. I'm looking at him doing that. I'm looking at the full picture of things. And, I got to take that apology back. This is how I really feel. And this is why. You don't think that's possible? That's crazy. That's nuts. You act like Kip is a god or something. Get the fuck out of here.
So when you apologize like that sporadically, it don't really mean shit if your behavior don't change.
So what if he does apologize to Kip, right? And then you turned around and got rid of his apology? I think
I'm not waiting on him to apologize.
Very childish to me, and all this war talk. And I mean, we're not in war. These are people,
Facts.
And we should move forward as adults. I have problems with people. Like, I don't care too much for Star. I don't care too much for Binary. But I'm not going on an all-out fucking war with
maybe, right?
And I don't think that's what Kip was really saying either. See,
now listen
again,
to this.
People
yes,
hear
he did. He even said for us to go to war.
Listen to this. Shakim, how do you get to tell us what Kip feels, what Kip is really thinking? Like, how do you fucking know? You are not him. Are you there when this man takes a shit? Are you there when this man takes a piss? Are you there when this man is showering in the morning and shaving in the morning? Are you there for every second and moment of Kip's life? Do you know anything about Kip other than what you've met about him online? Or what you've talked about with him offline? Do you know anything about this man enough to speak for him like you have been doing? Like you've been windmilling 2, 3 o'clock in the morning for doing? Going up on Sexy Toy Ladies panel, going on this panel, going on that panel, then having your own show a couple hours later, then going somewhere else to another show and windmilling some more, then going back to your show and windmilling some more. How are you speaking for another man? You cannot speak for that man, Shakim, especially when he's not speaking for himself. That's the part I'm trying to get. I don't understand why you think you have the ability to do that.
He did.
And he did.
He did. And yes. He was talking about it again last night.
A lot of times when people speak, okay, we always take everything people say literally.
Yes. You know why? I'm going to take whatever you tell me at face value. That's why you should make sure you're careful with what the fuck you say. Okay? I'm not about to be picking apart and figuring out what you really mean and what you don't mean, and if you mean this or if you mean that. If you call me a nigger, I'm going to believe that's what the fuck you think. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? If you say this, I'm going to believe that. If you say the sky is blue, I'm going to believe you think the sky is blue. Do you understand? I'm not going to pick that apart and figure it out and put this here and put that there. That's not my job. That's too much fucking work. So again, if you don't want people to think certain things, you got to watch what the fuck you say. Period. Now, he's been talking about going to war and using war tactics for weeks now. He's been talking about looking up people's information with software he got, doxing people in other sectors for weeks now. What are you talking about? That's not what he meant. You don't know what that nigga meant. All you know is what he said, and that's it. And we're going to take what he said at face value, just like we take what you say at face value. Period.
Okay.
So what does that mean about war, when he want to go to war?
It's okay. It's an analogy.
People.
It's an analogy. Okay. Just like if I say I'm at war with the sector, that doesn't mean that I'm literally waking up, about to pull out my gun, ready to go shoot somebody,
Nobody
it means I'm on guard. It means that I'm having a strategy.
Nobody said the words about guns and shooting and none of that. Nobody said any of that. The man said he wants to go to war with these other sectors. He specifically talked about doxing these people and having their information so we can have it, so we can have it just in case. Those were Kit's words. Those were his words. So what, you have some other meaning for what that means? Like, I don't get it. I don't understand how there's another meaning to that. Okay? It is what it is. Doxing somebody in order to have their information just in case is exactly those words. He said, in case we need to go to war with these niggas, this is what we're going to do. This is Kip that was talking. So what the fuck are you talking about? Like, how do you get any other meaning out of that? I don't understand.
It means that I'm having tactics about what I'm doing.
Exactly.
Strategies for what? These people don't move.
That's exactly what the man said. Strategies and tactics. That's what he said.
Fuck on.
Well, you haven't been doxxed, Brown Sugar Baby, so you don't really know what it's like on the other end.
He doxed himself. Didn't he give out his
Brown Sugar Baby? There's information in regards to Brown Sugar Baby that had been doxed, so you don't know what you're talking about. Again. Always, well, you don't, you, and here you are fighting for a man at that. It's not even a woman. You will never stand up for a woman, but standing up for a man, oh yeah, you'll do that. A man, an abusive man at that, you'll do that. You ain't got no problem with that, right? Just craziness. Do you hear yourself?
Address. He gave out his address. And like I said, I did tell Drama, why did you put his government name up there?
Yeah.
I did. And I don't think that's fair to put people's government names out there unless they have that in their title.
Like you to keep this shit.
But I'm not understanding. He goes where it's safe, he pulls women, right? Up, and then he talks, his shit. Okay. But what would he do if you weren't there? The shit would blow over. But long as you're there, it's a mouthpiece for him to keep the shit still going.
I'm nobody's mouthpiece. I am nobody's mouthpiece, and that's another narrative.
Yes, you bring it up every day.
I'm nobody's mouthpiece. I'm nobody's mouthpiece. If I wasn't around, Kip could still go to Alan's channel. He could still go to Smoke God's channel. He's been to Slander's channel. So he even was just on Remix channel, and I wasn't even there.
These are all safe spaces for Kip, okay? These are all spaces where nobody is going to ask him the tough questions. Yeah, you know that. You can say whatever you want. You love to send people, outside the sector to Alan and to all these other people who these particular people are not going to ask Kip the tough questions that I would ask, that Darrell would ask, that Brown Sugar would ask, that Nikki would ask, that multiple people in the sector, me and mines would ask, grown man would ask. Like, let's go there, right? You know damn well these are safe spaces for Kip to go to. This is why Kip only hits certain spaces. He won't go everywhere. And you know that. And you know the reason why. Because people get to questioning him. He don't want to answer them questions. Now let's go ahead and keep going.
So let's not act like I'm the bone carrier because he's on my panel.
You are a bone carrier.
If all those,
what do you think a bone carrier is? Like, you are definitely a bone carrier, sir.
Devices were removed from him. What would he have? Himself. And you go to war every day. And just like I was stating to someone before, I wanted to help you, but I can't do that because all of this stuff is going on.
Pills. Niggas like Shakim don't get that though.
I don't think of you like other people think of you. I don't. I see potential. I do. I see potential in you. But you can't grow long as you're in this mess.
And you keep putting yourself in this.
Okay.
You literally keep putting yourself in the line of fire on behalf of keeping it plain. Literally, you keep doing that. And for what? What reason? You are acting like you are his mouthpiece. I don't care what you, this is not a narrative. This is not anybody making this up. This is what you've been doing. Everybody can see you windmilling for this man. Even when we were having the receipt show with Darrell, right? Shout out to the Godfather. When he had the receipt show, and there were multiple people from even other spaces that were there, they were all wondering where Kip is and why you're talking for that man. Why are you up here talking for him? And that man ain't even up here talking for himself. He's not even in the chat. They were wondering that. Where is he? Okay, because you're always somewhere being his spokesman. I mean, like, you can try to act like you're not, but you've been acting like that man's spokeswoman. Real shit. Real nigga shit.
You're entitled to that. You know, I appreciate you trying to help me, or, you know, whatever ideas you may have had for me. But, you know, as far as the mess that I'm in on YouTube, the mess that I'm in is no different than the mess that any other YouTube creator is into.
Mess. But
no, Shakim, that's not true. We're not all out here, like, even with Darrell, right? Like, I fuck with Darrell, and I'm going to stand up if I believe he's right. I'm going to say something if I think he's right. He's not the only person I've done that for. I've done that for Carrie. I've done that for multiple people. I've even done that for Nikki. I've done that for multiple people, okay? No. At the end of the day, I'm still not their spokeswoman, okay? I'm not going to come up, hopping up and jumping up and running down every single battle for the sake of D. Darrell. You understand what I'm saying? Usually Darrell is there, okay? Usually Darrell is somewhere in the mix if I'm standing up for him. Usually whoever I'm standing up for is somewhere around there. Okay, they can hop down in the cloud. They can come down. They can come up on the panel. They can say something like, I'm not their spokesperson. And I'm damn sure not up all times of the night in the middle of the night doing this shit. This is the stuff you've been doing. I want you to look back at your history, your recent history. You really have like Alzheimer's disease or something. I don't know what's going on with you. But sometimes you literally forget what you said the day before or what you said 3 or 4 hours before, right? You forget that you be out here windmilling and carrying on and doing the shit you do and acting like their spokesperson. And then when people turn around and point that out to you, then you act like you don't know what they're talking about. You don't understand where it's all coming from.
I just see it's like, I don't even know how to explain it, but I feel like you go to war for people too hard. It's okay to be supportive.
Exactly.
But look at you now.
You out here windmilling by yourself.
Kip. This is not about you.
It's really not about Kip at all. Y'all have made it about Kip because you got all of this propaganda and all of these people that have such an issue with me. So instead of having an issue,
we have an issue with Kip being messy, as messy boots as he is behind the scenes, Shakim. That is what we have a problem with. You have a problem with us having a problem with Kip. That is what you have a problem with. You have a problem with this man standing up as a man and apologizing to the women. That is what you have a problem with. You hear yourself? It has nothing to do with no propaganda. Where's the propaganda? Where's the lies? Because Kip has been very messy behind the scenes, and you are mad that this man stood up and became and used his integrity and and apologized to the women. Where's the propaganda in any of that? What are you talking about?
Issue with me, they want to have an issue with Kip. And this has been going on for months.
No, we have an issue with you for our own reasons, and we have an issue with Kip for our own reasons. So y'all two are two separate entities, okay? We got an issue with Kip behind his messy bullshit, behind his high school girl, little messy ass bullshit, and we have an issue with you because you have no integrity. Literally. You don't know how to be a man. You don't know how to stand up for Black women. You don't know how to be supportive of Black women. All you want to do is drag Black women all fucking day. This is why we have a problem with you. Okay? You are not him, and he is not you. Y'all are two separate people. So no, Shakim, we do not have a problem with him because of you. No, sir. We have a problem with him because of his messiness. And before I knew how messy he was, I didn't have a problem with Kip. Even when he was on your panels while you were dragging me. Even when he was on your panels while you were dragging Carrie, while you were dragging Nikki. I didn't have a problem with Kip. But now I got a problem with Kip because I see how messy Kip is. Fuck you talking about?
All of my supporters have been attacked. All of them. So no, it is about me. It don't have shit to do with Kip.
I still like some of the people that Kip hang around. But I do see right through it. I'm not dumb. I see it.
Well, you pretty dumb. If you believe in that story that P told you, then I got a bridge in Brooklyn to sell you. But go ahead.
Yeah, but nobody, just because nobody don't know what, see it in writing or text messages, that don't mean it didn't happen. That's something that you're gonna have to take up with God, and that's it.
Facts. Period.
Amen. Amen.
And this is where I hit the panel. So I got a question, because it does sound like oftentimes you are trying to fight Kip's battles, right? And the issue that what I'm hearing today from when I was on the panel and when I heard, everybody talking, our issue seems to be with Kip. Nobody's talking about you, but you're up here windmilling on behalf of Kip, and Kip is not here once again. And this has happened multiple times in the past few days. So I can see why anybody would think, that, you're trying to keep going to war for this man. And it's like, for what? And also, I also heard you say, and maybe I heard this wrong, but I heard you say you're not going to go for that when it comes to P, now buttering up to Nikki. If he and Nikki decide to be cool with each other, what does that have to do with you? Like, you don't have to like everybody that dislikes somebody, right? Like, there's people that fuck with you, but even though I don't fuck with you, that don't mean I'm going to stop fucking with them because they fuck with you. You understand what I'm trying to say? So I don't get it. I don't get the whole idea of you being in your bag over this. I really don't. Because he was not throwing you under the bus. He wasn't.
He really cares about you. He said you and his son were friends. And you're going to throw all of that away to fight someone else's battle. I don't like that, Shakim.
I don't like that shit either. That's just crazy.
Well, let me stop. What I need all of y'all to do is to stop speaking for me, because I have my own reasons to do everything that I wake up and do every day.
But that's what we're telling you to do. Stop speaking for that man. You jumping out the window every day to speak for Kip is what we're telling you. Why are you doing that? I don't give a fuck what your reasons every day you got. You need to change your reasoning, okay? Because it don't make sense for you to be standing up for some fuck shit, period. The fuck you talking about?
I don't have to be upset and be in your bag when we're talking to you. And that's not what it's about. And it's also not about whether or not he wants to be cool with Nikki or not. If you're going to come up here and tell a story, make sure you tell the whole story.
But no, that's what you said, though, Shakim. You said you had a problem with him buttering up to Nikki now after last week he was saying this about the women, and now today you want to apologize to them. I'm not standing for that. That is what you said. So really the problem is that. It is not anything else. It's not any propaganda. It's not, people are doing this, to Kip because on behalf of you, or none of that shit. You are mad that this man took up and stood up to the women and said, I apologize to y'all. I was wrong, and took back what was going on. You're mad about that. You're mad that, you can no longer feed them demons. That's basically what it is. Don't make no fucking sense. But either way, I'm gonna leave that there because this is Brown Sugar Baby's show. And again, I want you guys her to get the watch time for that. And to make sure that she gets, her props for the show. Okay. But yeah, I just wanted to go over that because I thought it was absolutely crazy, all the stuff that you were saying. Now I do have another video I want to play, but let me go ahead and throw a timer on so I can grab that real quick because I don't know if you know what, I'm gonna have to play that another time because I got to upload it to my channel. It's not in the right format, so I'm gonna upload it to my channel, and then I might go live again tonight and just talk about it, or I'll just do it tomorrow. But either way, I did definitely want to go over a particular video, which will lead into what I want to talk about in regards to Shakim and all this bullshit that he's been doing on behalf of the AFWs, okay? And, just kind of loving on Anti and all her fucking crimes. Because I just think it's fucking nuts, that he can stand up for this woman like he has been. But yeah, we're not going to sit here and pretend with Shakim anymore in regards to this stuff. Because, he just speaks with a forked tongue, and he has no integrity to him. And he can't be honest about how he really feels about things, and that's just what it is. The bottom line is you were jealous of P when he started his show, okay? You didn't like it. You wanted him to stay up under you and stay taking your orders and Kip's orders, okay? And because he didn't do that, you lost respect, like you said he did, right? And then, now this is where we're at. Now you want to drag him. You want to talk shit about him because he's telling the truth about things. He's telling the truth about what was really going on, okay? He was being honest about what was going on. And sometimes you just happen to not be there to know what was going on, okay? But you always want to be speaking for Kip, speaking up for him on his behalf, and telling everybody everything as if you really know what's going on, okay? And this is why, you're kind of in this position now. And that's unfortunate for you, okay? Hopefully you will get your shit together. You will begin to understand that it is absolutely okay for a man to be a man and to stand up and say when he's wrong and can admit when he's wrong, okay? Apologize for it and move on with life because that's what you need to learn how to do. Learn how to move on with life, okay? Learn how to, stand up, on your own 10 toes and say when you're wrong about something and then learn how to move past some things, okay? Maybe you would not be as miserable as you are if it had been for that. But at this point, I don't know what's going on with you. It almost seems like you've lost your mind, like you're going insane or something. I don't really know. But either way, that's just how I feel in regards to that. But the bottom line is what it sounds like, again, is you're jealous of P. You're jealous of him for starting his own show. You're mad at him for starting his own show and not staying up under you and up under your wing. You're mad at him for being cool with the women that you've been wanting to continue to drag, okay, and continue to go on and on with the same dumbass talking points over and over, like as if really the sector is really entertained by that shit, okay? That's what you want to do, okay? And you're mad that you lost an ally in doing that, okay? And that's just your problem, okay? And that speaks more of you and your personality than it ever would of him. And that's just that. Now, let me go ahead and get into the comments, and then we're actually going to end the show. Living Life, definitely appreciate you being in the building. You said, Pills, you're funny. You said, Living Life, salute, Queen. You said, Pills, your facial hair comment had me rolling, child. You said, Living Pills was wait for that, okay? You said, P. You said, I got to catch Brown Sugar Babies live. Yes, it was a great show. I'll try to put a link to it in my description box. You said, me too, Living Life. You said, T. Pre, bad association spoils useful habits. Yes, P, I can tell you used to be a JW with that one, right? But that is true. Do not be misled. Bad association spoils useful habits. And I think other Bibles say other things, but it's pretty much the same meaning, okay? And yes, these are very, very true. But Shakim, I don't know what to tell you, bro. I really don't know what to tell you. But, you need to get your life to fuck together, okay? You really do. Because you're spiraling. You're literally spiraling. Anybody who really is a friend of yours, who really cares about you, they would tell you about it. They're not going to let you keep spiraling and then telling you the prize and you the prize and send you $20 and say, hey, you the prize, and then send you $500 and be like, you the prize. Just go out here and be the dummy and say whatever I want you to say, you know, and do what I want you to do and follow after what I want you to follow, you know, and somehow that makes you the prize, you know. Yeah, I need you to get your fucking life together. Okay. I need you to get your shit together. I need you to get back to work. Okay. Because we all know you're not currently working. Yes, you still have a job with the temp agency. Okay. That you're working for, but you're not currently on any assignment. And shout out to Mona and others who have contacted that place to let them know. And that is the reason why, because you're always online. Okay. You're always, while you're supposed to be doing your projects, right? While you're supposed to be working, you're on Slander God's panel, or you're on Bsb'S panel, or you're somewhere dragging some women. Okay. This is why you are not on assignment right now. This is why you're not making any money right now. Okay. That $70 assignment is over. It's been over since November. You know this. So cut the cap, son. Cut the fucking cap. Now, either way, guys, we're going to go ahead and end the show. Definitely appreciate y'all being in the building. Shout out to you, Brown Sugar Baby. I appreciate that. And you said everybody hit the like button. Definitely appreciate that, Pills. And make sure y'all hit the subscribe as well if you haven't. And share out the show. That way everybody knows that we were over here live today. Guys, I will talk to y'all later. Hold on, you said Shakim, my little brother, he just have to figure out things. I was once 28. Yep, me too. He's still going to be my little brother too, but he get on my motherfucking nerves. And you know what? I'm going to tell him the truth about himself, and I'm fucking sick of his motherfucking ass. I really am. He said, it makes me wonder how much each, excuse me, guys. He said, it makes me wonder how much each thanks Kip Palmer says on his lives are worth, right? Okay. He said, the beautiful Bernice, indeed. I got a few to catch. He said he's been 28 for 6.5 years, P. I was saying that. I was like, Shakim been like 28 years old for like 3 years now. He's probably closer to like 32, like, to be honest with you, but okay. He said, facts, Stephanie Collins. He said, Ninja been 28 since 2019. And this is true, guys. Like, he's always been telling us that he's like 28. It goes up to 29 and then it goes back to 28 and all this. Like, he's probably like 30 something. I'll be honest with you guys. I think he was born. I don't remember when he was born, but I'll have to look at it. I know he's older than my kids. I know he's older than them. So my oldest one was born in 96. So he has to be older than that. So I'm not really sure, but whatever, right? Either way, yeah, child, you said no, he's definitely 28. Okay, if you say so, but all right, but he definitely been like 28 or so for the past few years. I can tell you that. So I don't know. But either way, if you saying that he is, then we're going to go ahead and go with P's idea here. Either way, guys, I will holler at y'all later. Definitely appreciate y'all. I think I'm just tired of talking now. My throat is kind of just had it. So definitely appreciate y'all for being in the building. You said he's younger than my son. When I came in the sector, he was 25. Okay. All right, guys. Well, I will talk to y'all later. I appreciate y'all being in the building. Y'all hit the like button on the way out. And let's see. I guess I'll play one of y'all favorite song. I know y'all like the Black Lounge Productions ending. So I'll talk to y'all later. Peace, guys. Thank y'all for watching.